The next thing you need to do now is prepare your hearthboard. Your hearthboard can be split out of the proper size stick. I can split the end, I can carve it down, but what I'm really looking for when I'm ready to go is something that's about 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch thick. It needs to be flat on the bottom so it can sit there without rocking. So if you start with a round stick like this, it can be split on both sides, or it can be carved down in order to achieve those flat surfaces. After you've achieved the flat surface, we need to create a divot in which the spindle is going to sit and spin without hopping out. The last thing you want to do is spend all your time and effort and be so close to making a coal, and then the spindle pops out and the entire thing has failed and you have to start all over again. So I'm going to pick up this flake that I made and I'm going to use it to create that divot. The nice thing about these stone flakes is that they have all different surfaces on them. I can start the divot with this part and I can widen it with this part. What I'm going to do here is not actually do anything to start the fire. I'm going to actually use this spindle for a moment like a drill. I want to drill into that hole to ensure that it's seated and it's not going to pop anywhere. So very slowly, very deliberately, with some downward force, I want to use this spindle like a drill. I've created the divot that I need for this spindle, but you'll notice I'm also creating the dust, and it's accumulating around the outside of this hole. That dust will never ignite if it's distributed around the outside of the hole like that. I need to create a notch where all that dust will fall in and make one single solid, powerful coal. In order to do that, I'm going to take my stone and carve the notch. And what I'm looking for is just like this one here. It's going to look like a slice of pie or a slice of pizza, and the center of that notch should be aiming for the center of that hole, and it should broaden out on an angle of about 30 degrees or so by the time it reaches the edge of the wood. Your final motion after you're creating that notch should always be downward, because you don't want any of those little fibers of the wood sticking up. It's going to disrupt your ability to form that really nice bundle. The next thing that I need to do will determine the success or failure of this fire. I need to make sure everything that I need after a coal is created is at my disposal in the right place. So the first thing that we need is a tinder bundle that's going to take that coal, that burning ember, and blow it into a flame.